So now we're going to go ahead and go over our numbers for the month of August. It is the first of the month. It's the first of the month. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's wake up, wake up. Yeah. Shout out to Bone Thugs and Harmony. So we already went ahead and set up our financial goals for our big picture. So now we're going to get into August. First thing we are going to go over is important dates this month. Right here, I'm just going to put some of my bills that are due for the month of August. And I'm going to do my best to put them in chronological order. So bear with me. What's coming up August the 3rd. So that is my electric bill that is due. So I'm going to put SCENG. This is my electric company, South Carolina Energy and Gas, or South Carolina Electric and Gas. I can't remember exactly. They changed the name to Dominion Energy because I think it was like a merge or something of that nature. But I've always known it as SCENG, so that's what I still label it as. I'm gonna put bill due. And at the moment, I cannot remember the exact amount that is due. So I'm going to write that in a little bit later. Next, we have, I think my car insurance is due. I think that's due on the 8th, but I could be wrong. We're gonna put Geico. And that is $145. And for Geico, my policy, I should say, is going to be renewing soon. I think the renewal date is September. Yes, it's September the 8th. The reason why I remember that is because I've had the same policy since I first purchased T'Challa, which is my car. So that was back September the 8th of 2018. And the reason why I remember that day is because that was the day after payday. I kid you not, the day after payday, I went and got my car. So we have SCNG, we have Geico coming up, and then on the 11th, and y'all, I'm actually looking at my, not my calendar, but my dry erase board. It has a list of everything that I need to take care of. I don't remember these dates off the top of my head. At one point in time in my life, I did, but I've noticed that my memory has been getting worse as I get older and as time goes on, and I know it's because of my anxiety and depression. I don't mean to make that to make a drastic turn, but I just want y'all to know I cannot remember these dates off the top of my head, and I can't remember everything. So that's why it's important for me to write these things down, and I have to write them down in multiple places. So August the 11th, I said, oh, that was Spectrum, which is my Wi-Fi, and that is $100. It's really $98 and some change, but I like to round it. What else do I have coming up? Oh, my car loan. That's on the 18th, my baby T'Challa. So I'm gonna put car loan. And that is, I should have wrote the amounts in one section. So when I go through and I'm looking, I could just see the amounts just on one side. I'll do that for next month. We'll just put 160. And then I have my life insurance policy that I need to pay. I can't remember what the due date for that is exactly, because my policy, the payment used to be monthly, but then they changed it to every 3 months. So I know for the month of May, I paid $60. Or was it April? I can't remember exactly. I just know it was a while ago, and I paid $60 to cover me for 3 months. And I know for sure I need to pay for another 3 months. So I'm going to put 60 there. And then there's something else that I had to do. Oh, renter's insurance. And that's $20. Now, I know for some people, they write out what they have due. Sometimes for me, I just write out the company that is owed to. And when I write out the company, I know exactly what it's for. Because sometimes, this is just how my brain operates. But sometimes if I just put car loan, even though I bank with Navy Federal, my car loan is through Navy Federal, but even though I bank with Navy Federal, I'll be like, who do I need to pay the car loan to? I know that sounds crazy, but that's just how my brain operates sometimes. Well, that was a bad example because I know who my car loan is through. But say if I were to just put renter's insurance, and there's days where I looked at my budget and I said, oh, I have to pay $20 for renter's insurance. Who is my renter's insurance through again? So that's why I just put the name of the company to help me remember. And now I'm not going to put like my entertainment, for example, my stars and my Apple Music, because I decided that I'm not going to renew those at the moment. The stars one isn't hurting me at all. I just won't be able to watch the rest of P-Valley or Raising Canaan, which is perfectly fine to me. Like, I'm not gonna cry. But the Apple Music is gonna hurt me a little bit. The reason why I decided not to renew it is because they Apple actually sent me an email and a little notification stating that my Apple Music is going to be going up. Yes, I do receive the student discount because I'm currently enrolled in school. But here's a little secret: you don't have to be enrolled in school to receive the student discount. But don't tell nobody I told you that. But I just decided not to renew it because an extra dollar may not seem a lot to y'all, but when you don't have that extra dollar to spare, it goes a long way. So instead of it being $4.99 a month without the tax, it's going up to $5.99 a month. Now with the tax, it was $5.39 each month. So now it's going up to $6.39, and I was like, yeah, I'm just not going to renew it. And I'm okay with that. There are free alternatives for me to listen to music. One of them being, I'll just go back to using Pandora, and then I'll just, listen to the radio or just listen in silence or just ride in silence. And also, I do have my my iPod. It's not an iPod Nano. What's the model of the iPod? I can't remember, but yes, I still do have an iPod, and it has over 100 gigabytes of storage, so I will be okay. And another thing I want to add on here is my phone bill. And that is, I think my phone bill is $35. It was 50 because I had the unlimited talk, text, and streaming plan, but I found like that was just too much. And I'm the type of person, I really don't call anybody. I really don't text anybody like that. So there was no point in me having all of that when I'm a homebody. But now the only reason why I use my phone or still have my phone is because I do shipped orders. And of course I need mobile service to do that, and I need not Wi-Fi. What is it called, y'all? I need data. Yeah. So I reduced my plan to the unlimited talk, unlimited text, and like the 5 or 10 gigabytes of data for $35, and that works for me. Because even when I do my shipped orders and use my data to listen to music or use GPS, I still have data left over each month. And the cool thing about Boost Mobile is that whatever data I don't use is able to roll over to the next month. And one thing I would also like to add that I just remembered, I'll just put the day I start school. I do need to buy my textbooks for this semester. I'm not sure if I'm going to be receiving a textbook allowance or a book allowance this semester from financial aid. So just to be on the safe side, I am going to go ahead and put an amount of how much money I will need for my textbooks. So I'll just put first day of school. And then I'll put books. Now I know you guys are looking like $200 for books. I'm only going to be taking 3 classes this semester. I have College 105, which is based on my major. I'm taking my last English this semester, and is this my last math this semester? No, I have one more math to take, but I am taking my last English this semester. And I don't think I've shared this with you all, but I am a psychology major, yay! And I'm only 5 semesters away from completing my associate's degree. It has been a long time coming with me completing school and getting my associate's degree, but I'm just proud of myself for making the decision to go back to school and complete my degree. I know my grandmother would be so proud of me. My grandmother, my mother's mom, let me specify, because I do have another grandmother. Now for this section, I thought there were some stars on my little stickers. We'll just use some arrows. For these little 3 bubbles that are listed, you can just put like another goal that you want to accomplish. So for me, I know one thing that I really want to do is have a no spin day. And I want to put no eating out. And then for the second bubble, I'll do blue. Or can I move this? Let's move it up some. For this second bubble, I want my goal to, I want to make $200 delivering with shipped. No, not for the whole month. Let's do 200 a week, because there's 4 weeks in a month, and 200 times 4 is 800. So that will be more than enough to cover all of my monthly bills. And for this last bubble, I'm gonna leave that blank for the moment. For future purchases, I don't have any major purchases for the month of August that I'm going to be making anytime soon. So for future purchases, I'm just going to put textbooks. And then I'm going to put a little pencil. Oh, now I remember why I didn't like this little sticker sheet. It's not the best. Okay. And for savings goals, oh, there's another thing for future purchases I wanted to put. I saw these black envelopes on Amazon that I thought would be great for me to do the savings challenge. So I'm gonna put savings challenge envelopes. And they were $10. And for my savings goals, can y'all see this? Can you see that? Okay, that's better. I should have zoomed in for y'all a long time ago, but it's okay. Oh goodness. For my savings goals, to be honest, and don't laugh when I put this, I don't want to cry. My savings goal for this month is I just want to put aside, I'm sorry, y'all. I just really pray that I get this job. I'm sorry. I applied for another position. I had an interview last month, and I still haven't heard anything back. And I was checking my profile for the company that I applied with, and I saw that the head of HR, she requested, well, I don't want to assume, let me not assume, even though I have a strong inkling that it was her. I saw that I had a note that someone from the HR department manually requested me to be considered for another position. And the position that they requested me to apply for, it paid more money than the job that I had the interview for. And it was better suited for my personality. Because after the interview, I sat and thought about it. I was like, I don't think this position is for me, but I'll take whatever I can get at the moment and just find something else. But I was like, I really don't want to do that because I don't want to feel like I'm wasting anyone's time. So I just thought it was my little angels watching over me and the universe and God looking out for me when I saw that someone requested me to apply for the position that paid more. And I just wanted to share that tidbit of information. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit hard for me right now because financially I'm not where I used to be. So my savings goal for this month is just to set aside $50. And whether it be cash or I put it in my savings account, that's just my goal right now, is just to put aside $50 and then not touch it. And I already have 11 of those dollars in my little change jar. Future bills, I already wrote out my future bills here for this month, so I'm not gonna put that. But I actually take that back because next month is September and my vehicle registration is coming up. Normally I go ahead and put money aside for that at the beginning of the year. But of course, since my income has changed, I wasn't able to do that at the beginning of this year. So in my vehicle registration, it's around the same every year. It's around $143. But I always put $150 just to accommodate for the tax and the service fee that they charge you when you pay it online. And then I'll be able to put that on my taxes for next year. And speaking of taxes, I know I mentioned this in another video. I am a tax pro during the tax season, but this year, since it is that time of year for me to submit my application for the next tax season, I really haven't decided if I wanted to return. It's just a lot that goes into filing taxes mentally. And to be honest, I don't know if it's worth me going back for a third season. So we'll get into that. And now we're moving to our at a glance section. I think I'm going to make this a 3-part video. I know I hate to do this to y'all, but I'm gonna make this into a 3-part video, or I might just keep this section to myself since I'm not ready yet to disclose the debt section to you all just yet, but I'll think about it. And that ends the month